Hello, everybody. Today we are looking at a thing. A cool thing, I will say, but a thing nonetheless. This is the final fourth, not really final, editing of the map of whatever place this is. You can see some of the climates, such as yellow, orange, green, red, which are desert, savanna, forest, and tropical agreed upon. The purple is where some of my players are in one of my games. Green is the Viridian area, and red is where there was a giant temple on a mountaintop. As you can see, I'm examining where all my fault lines are and how they would affect the world. Those are the resources there, without the grid, and in there somewhere was a map of cultures, but whatever. Here I work about messing with the climates to fit more realistic but also more interesting beats. So realistic, similar to real life, but this is my own planet, and interesting in that they might end up making more interesting countries and peoples and areas to visit and things like that. I also just wanted the transitions to feel a little smoother. They are very rough. There might need to be minor climate slash minor biomes at some point, but I've been pretty lazy about getting to that point, if I'm going to be honest. As you can see, I'm doing some more of I believe this is more of the cultural mapping. I pretty much finished Otal, and gave it all of its peoples, even though I don't really know what's going to be over there. It's just a map of possible areas where cultures could exist, and some of them are way too big, considering the scenarios and situations. I do like the beautiful rainbow map that it becomes eventually. Now, this is getting pretty interesting. As you see, I'm trying to cut up the land in ways that aren't too big. Some of these are ridiculous. They're all kind of too big. I'm going to have to resize them. But I do like having them around. And like I said, they're good guides. I don't know how big the nations are going to be because these are just the cultures, and the nations kind of overlay that. I just love the shape of Otal. And some of these cultures are really, really long and awkward, and they should really be cut in half. And that's another one of the problems I have with the situation. And here is me actually dividing the mountainous areas into different cultures. Oh, jeez. So yeah, this is a really long process. I've decided to make this fourth video only. Oh, and there's we go with the different continental colors, which I'm very hype about. So this shows kind of the differentiation in cultures. Oh, this is such a pretty map. I am in love with how good this map looks sometimes. It's not always perfect, and here's me dividing the continent into kind of like subregions. Apologies. Yeah, so some kind of like subregions. Honestly, I think Rowan can just be one major area, and yeah, Otal is pretty cool because it's kind of divided in three by those mountain ranges. I don't know how much interaction there's going to be with those people across mountains. I feel like it's not as limited as I kind of tend to make it in my own head. There's purple for southern or western Kujand, and orange and red and pink for Isos. See, this is a weird division I did on the southern end of this place. I did a weird division where I had like southwest and southeast, but that's not a mountain range. That's like an earthquake prone area. So eventually I fixed that, but I don't think that's in this video, sadly. Yeah, more culture maps, man. This was a tiring process. It took so very long. It left me destroyed, man. I gotta tell you for real. It left me utterly destroyed. Um, It was fun, but it took me all night. And we're getting close to the end of the video here. I wanted to see if you see the big green square that just flashed a second ago. It's so quick, but it's supposed to be a comparable real life size of France kind of thing. Just to give it some sense of scale as I make these cultures. And once I made the France thing, I ended up resizing how I made my cultures. You can see that the northern cultures of northern Doros and northern of this mountain range are ridiculously big, and they're going to have to be shrunk. But the ones to the west are a little bit more normal. The ones up to the continents of the north are also way too big.